Hello, speech students. We are on our final speech. It is very important that you read through all of the information and you make sure that you get your topic approved. That is probably the biggest thing that I see with this speech, is that you don't read through the material, you post a topic that's not approved or on the do not do list, and then you end up going forth with everything on a topic that's not approved, and then you're starting from scratch, scrounging at the very last minute to redo everything. So let's go through this just like we've done all of our others. So right here is where you're watching the videos. You can see the learning outcomes and objectives. Right here is where you will find the directions. Right here is a list of the topics you cannot do. This speech, it is intended to be a little bit harder. It is your final. You have to make sure that you find something arguable, something that you care about, something that is academically sound. Now, while you're not doing any research on this, think of it in terms like this. If you were to research it, could you research it, and could you research both sides? So what I mean by that is, for your topic to be arguable, it has to have two sides. So think of texting and driving, or drinking and driving. So can you really flip those? You can say you should not drink and drive, you should not text and drive. You can say those. You could find research, you could find statistics. But if you were to flip that, what would the argument be? We should drink and drive, we should text and drive. That's not a logical argument. You're not going to find anything on that because that's not feasible. Same with cigarette smoking. You can argue against it all day long, but you can't flip it. So therefore it would just be argumentative. Working out, eating right. I see all of those topics presented to me often, and they're not arguable. That would simply just be informative because there's not two sides to the issue. You also have to make sure that you do something academically sound. You can't say, well, you should own a dog, you should own a cat. This basketball player is better than this basketball player. This type of computer is better than this type of computer. It has to be something academically sound. And then it also can't be cliched. And this is where, there's a list here, but that's not all of them. This is not all of the topics that are off limits. Think of it like this. If I were to say, okay, the top one on the list right here is marijuana. Legalizing marijuana, medical marijuana, anything to do marijuana, just no. It's very cliched. If I were to have everybody in the class do that topic, you're all going to give me the same argument. Same with, the student athletes being paid, lowering the drinking age to 18. All of those would be, you're going to give me the same arguments that everybody else would give. That makes it cliched. So you have to think about something original. Think about your world, your hobbies, your habits, your line of work. Is there something that you could argue? Is there something in politics that you know about that you could argue? Make sure that you pick something that you know about. It doesn't have to be something controversial. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. So just make sure that you read through this and get in the discussion board, and let's bounce ideas off of each other. And your idea may not work. You may go forth with 3 or 4 different topics before it's approved. That's very common with this. So you can see all of the resources that you have here, all of the examples, just like all of the others. So it'll be just like all the others. You will submit your discussion for approval, submit your outline in a visual aid, and then submit your link for your speech. And this is your final. So I hope this helped, and if you have questions, let me know, and let's have a good final speech.